are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So I finally got some answers for my rib. I went down and saw Doug, the old Sydney Swans physiotherapist, and I was like, if this guy doesn't know what it is, then fucking no one will know. So I go in there, I explained what happened, I told him I popped it out on the Tuesday, went back to jiu-jitsu on Thursday, banged it in, and it's been fucked ever since. And he says, this is before looking at it, he's like, well, I think you've got a dislocation and there's nothing I can do about it. You're going to have to live with it, or you can get a surgery and they can put it back in its right place, but there's no guarantee it will stay, or we can take it out and it can just be flapping around there. And I was like, who does this surgery? And he's like, an orthopedic. And I'm like, I've called 15 of the cunts and no one knows anything about ribs. And he's like, yeah, no one does. He's like, but I've got a guy. My guy, I would contact him and then he would do the surgery for you. And I'm like, at last, someone knows someone. And then he goes, but I think what the best thing to do is it causing you pain? I'm like, not really. I mean, when I breathe in, it does. He's like, well, when you breathe in, that's not because of the rib. That's because of something else. I'm like, well, it feels like something's pushing up the inside of my rib cage. And he's like, okay, yeah, there's going to be a little bit, but like if you're comfortable, it's going to be all right. Like as long as you're pain-free, your body will adjust to it and there's not much more we can do about it. But come in, take your shirt off and I'll have a look at it. And I take my shirt off and he's like, oh. He's like, fucking, what's going on here? And he starts feeling it and he's like, it's broken. I think it looks broken. It feels like it's broken, but I don't know if is that the cartilage poking out. Actually, it's not even broken. It's dislocated. Is it dislocated? Actually, it looks like it. Hold on a second. And he starts feeling around. He's like, it's almost like your whole sternum's being compressed. I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, I'm not too sure. He's like, I've been doing this 50 years and I've never seen anything like that. He's like, I don't want to touch anything because I just don't know what you've done here. He's like, you're going to have to go for an MRI scan before we even start doing anything. He's like, I don't know if there's a hematoma or something. I think that's what he said. Some blood underneath the rib cage. He's like, I just don't know what's going on with this rib here. So we're not going to do anything. I can't touch it. I don't want to move anything around because I just don't know what's going on. Go to an MRI and we'll get the results and then we'll see what's going on from there. But listen, mate, I've been doing this 50 years. I'm a life member at the Swans. I worked with them for years. I've never seen anything like this. And I'm like, fucking of course you haven't. Unfucking believable. Unfucking believable. Jesus fuck. So I fucking went down to the GP, told him I need an MRI scan. I'm going in for an MRI scan tomorrow and then fucking we'll see what happens. I don't know. No one knows. But the good thing is fucking Dougie was like, I don't know. Let's figure this out. The charlatan fucking chiropractors are like, I know exactly what it is. It's torn off here. It's broken here. I'll fucking move it around. At least Dougie was professional enough to not know what it is. He wasn't trying to pretend he knew. He's like, I have no fucking idea what you've done here. Which is a fucking concern. A big fucking concern. But also, it calmed me down a little bit. Because I was like, all right, well, now we're searching for answers. Now it's like, what the fuck is it? And what the fuck am I going to do? Like, this could change everything. I just don't know what they're going to uncover. I contacted that fucking rib clinic. The only rib specialist it seems to be in the entire fucking world is in the UK. So I contacted them. They're happy to do a consultation, 250 fucking pounds, which is about 500 Australian dollars for a little fucking Zoom. But fucking what other choice do I have? This is the corner you get fucking backed into. You're like, all right, fucking 500 fucking dollars it is. Let's go. I think they're in Wimbledon as well. Fucking cream and strawberry eating cunts. Anyway, Doug was great. At least he'll have a contact that's an osteo if we can figure out what the fuck's going on. But I fucking knew it wasn't just your average thing. I'm glad I don't trust the medical community in any fucking way, because what's he? I think like the 5th or 6th person I've seen. And now we've finally found someone. If I'd listened to the first guy, I don't know where I'd be. These fucking idiots. You can see it. It's just jutting out. It's like pushing through the fucking skin. And these fucking idiots. Anyway, it's just focus in now. There's nothing you can do. You just fucking tunnel vision. Let's get this fucking thing fixed. Or at least some answers. Anyway, the rib saga continues. I feel like I've done an injury that's equivalent to being in a car accident or something like that. I feel like it needs reconstruction. I feel like the sternum has been sort of like crushed in on the left-hand side and the rib has come up around it and now they're overlapping. It's not just one detached rib, I don't think. I think it's a whole misplaced or moved structure. Anyway, who knows? Fuck it. I suppose the rib drama is going to continue. But that's a fucking lesson for you. Don't just listen to one fucking idiot doctor. Just keep going to fucking people until you find some actual answers. If you even slightly think the cunt is a charlatan, fuck him off. Find someone who's not. Anyway, it's fucking Mondays, so you know what that means? It's Ask Boyle time. So, if you have a question you would like answered by one of the greatest minds of the generation or any generation, comedian, philosopher, crane operator, and soon to be rib specialist, Le Boyle, then head to my website. There's a section there for Ask Boyle. Put in your details, ask your question. I'll get to it. While you're there, hook me up with a pint to pay for my rib reconstruction now. Just send me a pint a month and we can rebuild Le Boyle from the ground up. Also, Canadians, I'm 3 weeks from being in your country. 2 shows, Vancouver, 6th of December. 2 shows, Toronto, 8th of December. The late show, my final show of the tour in Toronto, is almost sold out. If you want to come and party after that, get your tickets quick because that will definitely sell out. All the other shows, fucking get off the fence and start fucking buying. Anyway, let's get to this week's Ask Boyle. So this week's question was sent in by one of the great listeners of the podcast. His ears are fucking frothing for the I'm Quitting Alcohol podcast. The Sturge out there in Belfast. And this is his question. Should I cash out my Bitcoin to help pay for my wedding? Would this be a dumb fuck move? I've been putting money in Bitcoin rather than savings, but what do I do when I need to buy stuff? What's the end game here? I'll eventually need to buy stuff, a house, whatever. How long is this waiting game gonna take? Well, the Sturge, you have come to the right place. So, for starters, if it's a choice between getting married and Bitcoin, fucking ditch the bird, buy more Bitcoin, and fucking fuck your cold storage wallet. Just stick it in your ass, rub it against your dick or something. You're going to get much more pleasure out of it, and it's going to it's going to last you longer. Now, honestly, would be one of the worst times to sell. It could drop, who knows, but there's so many things happening. There's so many things about to happen in Bitcoin world that It could fucking 10x in the next 6 months. Who knows? There's some crazy shit going on. Spot ETFs are maybe about to get approved. That's BlackRock, Vanguard, Fidelity, all these cunts. $1 trillion hedge funds. Then they're changing the accounting to fair value accounting. So businesses are going to be able to hold it as a treasury asset without all the bullshit that you have to do now. So Apple, Google, all these companies can hold it. It's difficult for them to do it now. Also, like fish and chip shop owners can do it. Fucking bar owners can do it. You can do it. Anyone can hold it. Then also the halving, the Bitcoin halving's coming up. That is the reduce in the supply by half. So the miners mine Bitcoin and they get 6.25 for every block that they mine, 6.25 Bitcoin for every block that they mine. And by March next year, it's getting halved. So it'll be 3.125. So the supply is decreasing, which usually coincides with a price increase because supply is being reduced. Simple economics. So they're two big reasons not to, because the value of it's going to go up. But the other reason is you just don't sell your fucking Bitcoin. Eventually, in the not too distant future, Bitcoin is going to be the most desired asset on earth. More desired than property in Manhattan, more fucking valuable than beachside property in fucking Monaco. It's going to be the apex predator. Everyone will be selling everything just to get a little bit of Bitcoin. This is not too far in the future. So you just fucking tuck it away, bury it, get it off the exchange, put it in a cold storage wallet, and just sit on it. Eventually, you'll be able to borrow against your Bitcoin like you can a house. I need a loan for $50,000 in fucking bullshit fiat currency. What are you going to use to borrow against? Your Bitcoin. So let's say you borrow $100,000 at 7 or 8% interest and you borrow against your Bitcoin. Well, let's say it takes a year for you to pay back or whatever. It doesn't really matter. There's rumblings that they're saying Bitcoin, once it steadies out a little bit, will be appreciating 15% a year infinitely, pretty much. Who knows? Who knows the future? But you'll be able to pay for the money you borrow with the increase in value of your Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Whatever you do, don't sell your Bitcoin. Work harder. Work harder. Don't get married. Buy more Bitcoin. Fuck your wedding. Use the wedding money to buy more Bitcoin. This is what I'm saying. Don't listen to anyone else. Explain it to your wife. Play this for your future wife. Just go, look, listen to this. My financial fucking advisor, my alcohol fucking sponsor, my guru has told me not to sell, baby. So I'm afraid I can't sell. But the end game is everything is going to get sucked into Bitcoin. It might take a while. It might take fucking 40, 50 years. But in the end, like a fucking energy black hole, everything will get sucked into Bitcoin. And it's unstoppable as well. There's nothing anyone can do to stop it besides blow up the world. Actually, they're trying to do that. So maybe fucking you're not going to have to worry about it. Anyway, thanks for your question, Sturge boy. That'll do for today, and I'll see you the fuck later.